What is up, guys? Dark Soulsman here, and I am back for more Dark Souls 2. Now, the first thing first is, actually we're going to go back to Majida a second and just level up so we don't lose those souls. I also want to take this moment to apologise. My Harvest Valley, Earthen Peak and Iron Keep episodes, unfortunately, are going to have no commentary to them because, unknown to me, my mic was muted, and the reason for that is basically the PS5 is where I'm recording this on, and I'm just going to explain it. Basically, the PS5 has the controller has a built-in mic system, and the problem is when the controller is muted, it also mutes my Blue Yeti at the same time, which is really stupid, really dumb. I don't have a clue how to get around it. I wish I could have it so that the controller was muted but it doesn't mute my Blue Yeti, but so far I haven't found any way of getting around that. I will continue to investigate the situation, try and get around it. But anyway, so basically when I was recording those 3 episodes, I'd had the controller muted, and in turn it muted the Blue Yeti. And so that's why there will be no commentary. It is a bit frustrating, but it is what it is. There's very little I can do about it, unfortunately, since I'm no good at editing, and I don't know if there's any way of actually going over those episodes and just doing a voiceover or something. I've never tried. So I'm going ahead and uploading them now today, and we'll just sort of leave it at that, and there's not really much more I can do. So I do apologise, and I'll try to make sure that this doesn't happen again in the future. And the reason I end up muting the controller is because I play games that have got built-in built-in voice chat, whatever you want to call it, and I'll be honest, sometimes I do get a touch of gamer's rage, and I don't particularly want the whole world hearing that via the mic, so I end up muting it. I mean, don't get me wrong, my gamer's rage is nowhere near as bad as it used to be. You know, I am improving, but still, like I say, it's just something I don't want people hearing. Oof, I'm almost out of life gems, I might want to sort that. Right, so anyway, onwards with the episode. So we're making our way into Brightstone Cove now and towards Duke's Dear Fraser. We still have one more boss to go through though to get to her, and hopefully, well actually if we're quick enough we might finish off the entire area. I don't know, we'll see how things go. But let's see how much progress we can make. So we're going to follow this path. And here is Gavlan. This is where he'll stay permanently now, and you'll now notice he has an infinite supply of poison arrows, and he's also got an increased poise ring as well. But basically whenever you need poison arrows from him, you can go ahead and get them from him now in infinite amounts. I generally don't bother stocking up on arrows until a little bit later on. I just make sure that I've got enough to get me through for the time being, and then I usually stock up properly at the very end of my playthrough when I've got spare souls to go for, to spend. Now, there's going to be... Where is he? There he is, I can see him. Let me see if I can get... Oh! No, off the edge he goes, never mind. It was worth a try. That's one of the hardest ones to get in my opinion. Stick with this guy because we don't want him sneaking up on us from behind. We can't get through there. So we'll continue following the path. We're going to have another dwarf to deal with in a sec. And this one's particularly annoying because of where he's positioned. There we go. Now if you can get your hands on their shield, it's a very handy shield to have, because it does have a special ability. In fact, actually, let me just have a look and see if I've picked one up while I've been... I don't know if I did or not. Oops, wrong button. It doesn't look like I have. Well, anyway, it does have an ability. I just forget what it is, but I think it either boosts equipment load or helps you gain more souls, something like that. But it's definitely worth having if you can get it. But you might have to grind for it a little bit. Okay, so this is the Brightstone Cove, and this is the Royal Base Camp. Now, there is a bonfire just here. And we are going to grab all the items in just a sec. But things to note here is there are a few snipers, and they do hurt. So we want to get rid of them first, ideally. Because if we don't, they are going to, well, annihilate us. So that's that one. And then the other one is just over here. I don't know where he was shooting just then. And there's your ideal example of what happens if one of their arrows hits. But we're not going to give him a chance to hit us again. Right, I believe that's all the snipers dealt with. Right, I'm going to go ahead here and just get rid of this guy. Start grabbing some of these. Knock that out of the way so we can get... Now these guys do have the ability to parry as well, so bear that in mind. Oh yeah, there's another sniper up there. We'll deal with him in a minute. Just get rid of him. Dealt with. I'm just going to try and see if I can snipe this guy up the back here as well. Otherwise we're going to end up with him sniping us while we're trying to deal with those pigs, and it's just not going to end well. That's that one dead. I can honestly say this is the first time I've successfully eliminated everything here without getting screwed over by something. Right, now we need to... There we go, that's what I was trying to do. Because we're going to go down that well in a moment, and if that was still intact, it would have... Well, it essentially would have got in our way a little bit. Oops. So we need to basically run and roll into the well. It might take a few attempts, but let me see if I can just do this a second. Oops. Oh, I completely messed that up. I never was a fan of this blooming bow. Ah, I overshot it. That was perfectly on target though. That's the only problem. Nope, overshot it again. I assure you though folks, it is doable. You just got to get the angles right. Oh, there we go. Right, now we are going to have this guy to deal with. But the tunnel is really thin, so it's difficult to hit him, especially with a big sword like mine, but we've done it. Right, up the ladder we go, and we're about to get our hands on what I deem to be the most powerful staff in the game. I'm just gonna clear these barrels out of the way, because that chest is actually a mimic as well, so we do need to be on our guard here a little bit. Amount of times I've been caught out by this mimic. And there we go, Staff of Wisdom. It does require quite a high amount of intelligence to wield. I will just show you guys. Where are we? Where is it? There it is. Staff of Wisdom. So it requires a good 50 intelligence to wield, which we're not quite ready to sort just yet. But as you can see, it gives us a 180 magic boost right off the bat. And it also beefs up a lot of our other stats there as well, as you can see. Right, with that done, I believe it's time to move on to the next section. Pretty sure I've grabbed everything now. I believe also if you've spoken to Ben Hart, his summon sign will be around here somewhere as well. It's usually inside one of these tents. That was strange. I did talk to him. I know I did. And it's usually inside this tent here, I think. Unless they've changed it for Scholar of the First Sin, perhaps. I don't know. Oh well, it doesn't matter. We don't need him anyway. It's not essential. I mean, I did talk to him, so... I don't know. Whatever. We'll move on. Let me just check this message a second. Sorry about that, folks. I had to respond to that a sec. Right. Let's get rid of these guys. If we didn't shoot those boulders out, by the way, they would have been rolled down on top of us, and yeah, it would have done some damage. Well, I've none of that, thank you. Okay, so we'll just grab this. And then we are actually going to step up here, because it will be a lot easier than taking these guys head on, because they do hit really hard, I'll be honest. So generally what I tend to do is I tend to sit here with a bow and try and shoot some of these guys out, just to trim down the numbers a bit, because I find that if I don't and I try and take them head on, they just clobber me and I end up essentially dying, so it's just not worth it. Do you know what, sod it, we'll just go down and finish him. There we go. Just grab this a second. Now then, on the second playthrough and above, Duke's Dear Fraser will be hanging on the side here, and you'll be able to do damage to her, which will make it easier for killing her later on, because that damage you do will stay with her. However, on the first playthrough we're not so lucky as to get that, so let's get rid of them. And the symbols on the doors here should give you a rough idea of what kind of boss Duke's Dear Fraser is. And make sure we're killing all these spiders, because we do not want to get ambushed by them. I don't think I've ever known these spiders to drop down, but just in case, because these spiders will literally shred your health bar very quickly if you're not careful. They're coming down. Oh, good. Now, this chest does have a booby trap to it, but I have no idea what exactly it is. It's never affected me, not in the slightest. God knows what that's supposed to do. It is the only chest that has that booby trap to it, and it has the same trap to it every time. It never changes. I don't know what it is. Never have been able to figure it out, and it's never really done anything to me, so I've just sort of shrugged at it and dismissed it. Right, now our next boss is just through there, but before we do that, we're just going to go through this secret passageway here. Him. Never mind. I forget the other one doesn't appear unless it's a second playthrough and above. So just to point it out, on second playthrough and above there will be another mob up here, and he's quite a tough one. Just to put it out there, so that you don't go walking headfirst in there on a second playthrough expecting it to be just as easy. Right then, boss time. Now this is a bit of a mob fight, but it's actually quite an easy mob fight. I hate it when they do that. Oh, come off it, as if that just went through me. I was trying to get rid of that big guy in the middle because I know he's one of the most deadliest. For some reason he just would not drop. Oh, now it's put me all the way back here because there isn't a bonfire that's closer. Now I'm going to have to run through everything again. That's really annoying. And that's really humiliating that I've died to that boss of all bosses. Well, we don't need to get up there this time, and those mobs shouldn't drop down this time, so I'm just going to run through. I'll kill these guys. Oh, come off it! You're kidding me, as if. Oh, yeah, I've lost my humanity. Actually, I wonder if that's why Ben Hart didn't pop up. I mean, obviously I'm not going to try and find out now because the camp's going to be full of mobs again now, but It would certainly be interesting. Where did he come from? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That's ridiculous. Those mobs up there should not have dropped down. Oh, this is where stuff goes wrong, isn't it? I must admit, I would be intrigued to know whether or not Ben Hart's sign does pop up now. I could really do with it. Well, I say I could do with it. It just would be nice to have a bit of backup getting rid of some of these mobs. Let's have a look. Oh, God. No, Ben Hart's summon sign is not here. For some unknown strange reason, I'm not sure why. Oh. One moment, folks. Sorry about that, folks. Had to take a quick phone call. Right, how much time did I just waste? Oh, okay, we've got enough time to wrap this up. It's fine. So yeah, just skip forward a little bit when you're watching this to yeah. What am I doing? I need to get rid of that boulder, don't I? So I've just lost all my damn songs due to my own stupidity, I suppose you could say. Get lost. You're not getting me again. Oh dear. Right. God, I hate these spiders! Don't hate spiders in real life, mind you. It's just these ones. Because they hurt. There's always one that decides to be blooming awkward. There we go. Right, where were we? Just heal that up. I'm going to have to stock up on life gems after this, I think. Right, that's the miracle users dealt with. That's him dealt with. I think we've just about done it. There we go. All that hassle over one lousy boss that just would not go down. Alright then, here we are at Brightstone Cove. First things first, let's just go up here because there is a couple of items up here. And there is also another NPC up here. Now hopefully we're not going to have to use him. And it's the partner. A little bit less insane in this one. Get rid of these spiders a minute, we don't want them creeping up on us while we're trying to loot. How much time have we got here? So we've got 5 minutes left out of the 35 minutes that I usually give myself per episode, so I think we'll see what we can do with that 5 minutes. I mean, if I hadn't died to the boss, we probably would have had a lot more time, and I probably would have tried my luck at getting to Duke's Deer Fraser, but unfortunately things didn't quite go the way I'd intended. Just grab this. Right. So with what time I've got left, I'm just going to start trying to clear a little bit of the Brightstone Cove out. Well, this part of Brightstone Cove anyway. More spiders. Now these guys are sorcerers and they do hit hard. try and get rid of this sorcerer here a second. Just for now anyway. There we go. Never mind, that one's dead. Right, so next we're going to go onto here, and then so there is an item to be had just there, so we can grab that. Only problem is now I'm stuck. Well, I say I'm stuck, I'm not stuck, I can get down, it's just I haven't got the bonfire just yet, and that was essentially what I wanted to do next. So we've got 2 minutes left, that should be just enough time to finish what I wanted to do. I'm going to have to go through some mobs again, but it's fine, we can do that. So then that. Gonna have to kill these two again quickly. Where's the other one? There he is. Now it used to be that you would zip line down to get to this bonfire, but then when Scholar of the First Sin came out, they changed how you get down to it. So what you have to do is drop down onto this ledge here, kill this spider a second, and then make our way through here. There's going to be a couple of mages to deal with. I'd say try and snipe them if you can. Oops. So with that one taken care of, we can now go close quarters and just, yeah. There's going to be some spiders around the rim of the thing here as well. We should probably try and take them out as well if we can. Although in this case they've all dropped down, so but they're easy enough to deal with. So I'm just going to try and clear these out. Oh, God. No! Oh, flipping heck. Oh, I hate those spiders, but there's the bonfire anyway. So I'm at 35 minutes now. Just quickly see if I can get back down there a second. Shouldn't take me 5 seconds. As fast as I can. Oh. I hate it when my character starts doing silly stuff like that. I don't even know why they put that shoulder barge move in. It's absolutely useless. So if they're going to put something like that in, they should at least give it a separate button, not one that shares the same button as the swing button. Now then, let's see if we can't rectify this situation. Oh, no, there's one left. And it's been awkward. There's always one. There we go. Right. I will take this. Like this. And finally we want to open this door because it only opens from this side. Right, well, I think that's all we've got time for today. So we will finish off this last little section next episode. And we will be finishing off Brightstone Cove as well at the same time. So do stay tuned for that, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye for now, folks. Take care.